common shares are the same thing,
Okay.
and there's no explanation. But the market has priced the ape at 1/7 of the common share, and they're the same thing. So we're giving them away at 1/7 of where we should. So it makes so we got to put them back together.
Right.
And if you own the ape, it's going to go up and die.
Guys, what is going on? I know today is kind of a crazy day when it comes to AMC and Ape. Ape is up 75% of the time I'm making this video. We are coming up to the close on the day.
Hey yo, did the shorts close? Not yet? The fuck are we talking about?
What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the ape conversion some more, okay? Particularly the first part of the ape conversion, which was the Antara deal, all right? Watched other YouTubers talk about it, kind of in passing, because everybody's focus is on this reverse stock split. But people, I'm telling you, this Antara deal was the end of it. The end of everything for the shorts. All right, and I'm going to explain why in this video. But for now, I want to show you that the press release that he put out is broken into 4 parts. First, he talks about the Antara deal in the press release. Then he talks about the 3 proposals that will be coming up before shareholders that he will need approval on. The first proposal is the conversion of APE back into AMC. The second proposal that he's put out there for us is a reverse stock split to lower the float of AMC once APE is returned back into it. And proposal number 3 is for shareholders' approval to create more APE shares. Now, did you know that was in there? That's kind of like one of them little pork things they're talking about on the news at the Congress, and all of them are arguing about, and they're hollering, oh, that was pork. Did you know this pork existed in our bill that you will be voting on? Will be the creation of new ape shares. All right. I realize most people haven't even caught that part because they didn't get that far down into the press release. They're still stuck on the should we vote yes or no on a fucking reverse stock split. And they missed the part where he's asking for more ape shares from us. Now, this is why I believe this series is important, people. I have broken this thing down. Facts only, no opinion. And if it's my opinion, I tell you it's my opinion. But you need to know what you're voting on soon. And you need to understand the Antara deal before you vote. Because it is the linchpin that holds this squeeze in the balance. This is going to be the most important vote you have ever taken in your life. It is more important than who you decided to marry, or rather y'all decided to have children. This decision is going to affect you for the rest of your life, and you need to know the facts. Okay, and it begins with the Antara deal. And let's unwind that and take a look right now at what's going on in the Antara deal. First, the facts. Over here on the press release, we see that AMC raises $110 million in new equity capital through the sale of APE units to Antara Capital LP at weighted average price of 66 cents. All right, the APE share closing price on the New York Stock Exchange, December 21st on 2022, was 68.5, and it reduces debt by $100 million principal amount of second lien notes due 2026, currently held by Antara in exchange for approximately 91 million APE units. This $100 million principal debt reduction reduces annual interest expense by approximately $10 million. All right, it's all going to be important in just a minute, people. Just let's get through the facts first. That is the crux of the Antara deal. But there's a little bit more to it that it talks about here. As part of agreement, Antara has agreed to hold their ape units for up to 90 days and vote them at a special meeting in favor of the proposals. In addition, AMC will limit the amount of additional equity capital it can raise prior to the special meeting. Stop. Did you hear the last part of that press release statement? We are going to limit the sale of ape from this point on till the special meeting. Now, what does that mean? Listen to the tone of this press release, people. First, he says we made a deal with Antara. They're going to buy 60 million shares of ape. They're going to agree to hold those apes. They're going to diamond hand them apes for up to 90 days for us. All right? So he's all right with that. But he's upset with the price that he had to sell them motherfuckers for 66 cents. And he says, next thing on the proposal is putting ape back into AMC. Then we'll do a split to reduce the float. Then we'll create more ape. Then we'll start the process over. That's what he is saying in this press release. But this is a good thing. Listen to his tone when he was talking to Whimsy Chick. He's saying the exact same thing as the press release.
Common shares are the same thing.
Okay.
And there's no explaining it. But the market has priced the ape at 1/7 of the common share. And they're the same thing. So we're giving them away at 1/7 of where we should. So it makes it so we got to put them back together.
Right.
And if you own the ape, it's going to go up and die.
So, taking a look at the Antara deal closer again, we find out that the first transaction involves the immediate purchase of Antara for 60 million ape units. Now, people, remember when I tell y'all how understanding negotiation skills is important to understanding this? They just didn't come up with this deal. All right, Adam negotiated it, and they were going to purchase 60 million shares. And Adam's negotiation was, will you do us a favor and diamond hand them till after we have our board meeting? And they said yes, up to 90 days. They would diamond hand 60 million ape shares. And that's a substantial chunk. Enough to where everybody's focus is on the 60 million votes that they'll be able to cast in the upcoming election, instead of focusing on, for the next 90 days, they're going to diamond hand these shares for us. It's all perspective, people. And it's part of the negotiation that he formed with them, that they would diamond hand these shares up until the point of when it converted back into AMC. And that's a good negotiation. And what happened? The price ran up. Just like he said in those words that he spoke to Whimsy Chick, that he made the deal, he wasn't happy with the deal, he sold them shares for 1/7 of what they're worth. It pisses him off. The market's playing games with him, and he made the deal, and now he's taking his bat and ball and he's going home and taking his ape shares with him. And that scares the market. It scared the market enough to where when ape ran up like it did on the announcement of this press release, I knew that it was for the purpose that Antara had just bought 60 million shares, or at least that was my first thought. I went over to the chart and looked, and I seen that day the volume had went from 4 million to 180 million, and Antara could have only accounted for 1/3 of that. So there's other buying pressure that went in there too that caused ape shares to rise. And Aaron told us, we're taking our bat and ball, we're going home, but for now, your ape shares, they're going to go up. Why? Because you're diamond handing, he's diamond handing, they're going to diamond hand for us, and it scares them that they're going to do the conversion. So, some of the smaller shorts, I believe, are starting to cover, and that's what you're seeing. And that's going to scare the bigger shorts and the bigger shorts. And we may see a squeeze in ape this week. I looked at that chart And I wanted to see it bullish. And when I was talking with the Discord the day after the press release, when we had a really good run up, I told everybody expect a push down. And it didn't come, and I said, what the fuck? That's when I recognized the volume. And I seen all the volume, and I said, them bitches is starting to cover. They're starting to buy up as many shares as they fucking possibly can to get them numbers so that when it's time to put it back in, they got the right share. And 8 share will run. And just to prove to you how important this Antara deal is, I want you to consider this. How many shares did they purchase? 60 million. Alright. If APE is converted into AMC, how many AMCs will Antara have? 60 million before split. They will have 60 million shares of AMC. New AMCs. Okay? Now, who's the largest shareholder of AMC? Antara is going to be the largest shareholder of AMC. And that was just a takeover. Antara just, when we convert, Antara overtakes Vanguard in their shares. So, think about that and what that means. And if you wonder, well, they got 8. Good luck converting them motherfuckers. You better not loan them out. Love y'all. Be blessed. See you in the next video. And just get ready, because I think this is going to be one heaven of a week. Love y'all. Be blessed. See you in the next video.